Vote is closed. Let's see. 66-2. Good. And what are the two? Azerbaijan figure and Malaysia. Correct? Okay. First of all, from yesterday, we have amendment to proposal 236 from Norway about electronic communication devices and ISU officials not acting as team leaders. Can it be shown on the screen? Because I have it in this form, but better to show it on the screen. Azerbaijan figure is late, but appeared. Can we have the amendment? Yes, please. I think it reflects everything that was said, and we can include the text as it is in the rules. Any objections to this text? No. Okay, fine. It was already, proposal was accepted. We don't need any vote. Just to be precise, if the text is correct. So everybody thinks it's correct? Fine. One more thing. We've accepted one of the last proposals, or the last, what was the number? 244. It was about assessments. The proposal was from Netherlands, and it related to the single and pairs and to ice dance. Now, synchronized skating wants to join this rule. Mika, please.
Good morning, Mr. Vice President. Good morning, dear delegates. First of all, good morning. My name is Mika Saarelainen. I am a member of Synchronized Skating Technical Committee and stepping in for our chair, who unfortunately had to leave Sevilla due to personal family matters. As I think everybody in the room, I hope everybody in the room joined in the idea that when this was accepted, it would be for consistency throughout all three figure skating disciplines, including synchronized skating, which would be rule number 930 para 6.
The same text, but rule 930, para 6. Any objections? No, thank you. Now we go to special regulations in synchronized skating. Let's find the rule numbers. Where do they start? 285. It starts with 285. Some of the proposals were already accepted. The others we need to discuss. Proposal 285 from the Synchronized Skating Technical Committee.
Mr. Vice President, dear delegates, Synchronized Skating Technical Committee proposes to add novice category for future development of this category.
Any remarks? Who is in favor? Against? Abstained? Accepted. Proposal 286, again from the Technical Committee.
Into continuation to the previous vote, the size of the team must be put in the rule. That is our opinion, and that's why we're suggesting that the novice team, advanced novice team, shall consist of 16 skaters.
Any remarks? Who is in favor? Against? Abstained? Accepted. Proposal 287, again from the committee.
As the proposal states, the addition is exceptions to the composition of a team. The size of the team in the multisport events can be decided by the Council in multisport events, sanctioned by the ISU.
Any remarks? Who is in favor? Against? Abstained? Accepted. Proposal 288 from the Synchra Committee.
Since we are, I hope, almost behind the door to the Olympic Winter Games, as I hope everybody wishes best of luck to synchronized skating, we need to clarify some rules for the possible entry to the Games, to the Winter Games. That's why these amendments and additions have been added to the rule.
Okay. Any remarks? Who is in favor? Against? Abstained? Accepted. Proposal 289 from the Synchra Committee.
As we have had situations due to injuries in the World Synchronized Skating Championships, when a team has entered to the ice and competed with less than 16 skaters, which we don't feel is fair, we have to compare oranges with oranges, in this case, 16 with 16. Therefore, in an international competitions, if an injury occurs, a team is allowed to compete with less than 16 skaters, not less than 14 skaters. This is a current rule. But we want to separate the championships from that rule and bring in a deduction of 5 points if the team is competing in an international event with less than 16 skaters.
Any remarks, please?
Ami Maeda, Japan. Thank you, Chair. Japan believes that the rules should be consistent for both international competitions and championships. As you know, in synchronized skating, skaters are more prone to injuries. There are countries who did not have the luxury of sending for alternates. Deduction to the final score, which less than 16 skaters, might be acceptable. However, in Proposal 290 for the championships, we might close the door on smaller countries if they are forced to withdraw because they have less than 16 skaters when they start the program. Wouldn't this have a negative effect in advancing synchronized skating? Thank you.
Any other comments, remarks? Please.
Natalie Lindquist from Athletes Commission. As a skater and as an athlete, and I spoke for the athletes, we should be 16 on the ice, and we should be, like Mika said, it's fair to all the teams. So I support this proposal, and we should be the skaters on the ice. Thank you.
Any other? Okay, so the proposal 289 with the wording as written is put on vote. Who is in favor? Who is against? 1, 2, 5. Abstained?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6 or 7? 6? Again, can you raise the white cards? Maybe we need... I'm afraid we need an electronic vote. Yes, but better to have an electronic vote.
Mr. Chairman, can I just ask a question?
Yes.
I just wanted to ask about the voting process, and the people that aren't bothering to vote would be declared as a no vote, I would have understood, in most resolutions under Swiss law. Perhaps Beatrice could just advise what is the case?
If people are abstained, they are like the same as... in counting two-thirds majority, is two-thirds majority from all people who take part. So in this counting, no and abstained in reality is the same for the count. Peter?
So an abstain vote is a yes or a no?
No, it's a no vote.
Okay, but what about the people that don't vote, that are here, present, part of the group, but don't actually vote? I just wonder whether we should be conducting all of the votes as electronic votes as a way of certainty, rather than the sort of what appears to be a little bit of guesswork with the current voting process. I just want to make sure that it's right and no one goes and tries to overturn the votes.
If there are 3-4 votes against that we see, however you count will not change. But now we are having an electronic vote because it's not so far from the border, so we want to be sure. And one question, Beatrice. If somebody is present in the room but is not voting at all, we count two-thirds from the ones who voted.
Yes.
Not from the ones who are present.
The ones
So
that voted.
two-thirds are counted from the number that voted. I understood correctly.
Thank you.
Okay. Can we open the vote? If you are in favor of 289 as presented by the committee, then it's 1. If you are against, it's 2. If you are abstained, it's 3, and valid in any case. Ready? Please close the vote and show the results. Accepted. 41 yes. Two-thirds majority is 41. And we have 41 vote. What? Minus what? We have the number of votes is 61. If you add together 54 plus 7, 61. Two-thirds majority from 61 is 41. And it's from the people who press the buttons. And we have exactly 41. The mathematics is correct. Once again, you press 3 and what? Can we show yes, no, abstained? This is who voted yes. Now show no. And now show abstained. There should be 7. And what is no vote? No vote is not counted. There are 61 votes in total. If somebody didn't press any button, then he didn't take part in the decision. Yes, please.
Alexander,
Okay.
sorry,
Yeah.
just a quick.
Okay.
This is those who, you need just to show the no votes. Those who have the expression to vote, but couldn't because maybe the machine didn't work, then the vote is not valid. Those who really didn't want to vote, they abstain out of the voting system. But you need just to show the no votes, and those who are there that said, I wanted to vote, but it didn't work, we have to repeat the vote. Sorry.
Sorry, can we show the members who did not vote at all? So Bosnia did not vote. And Bosnia says it's voted. Okay, let's repeat. Why no? Ubavka, I don't hear anything. You must come to the microphone and say.
Good morning. Excuse me. On this machine, I first time press abstain. So I press 3, so I don't know. But sometimes I have delay, but it was always okay. But this time, because we don't have synchronized team, and when we had some problem with the number, therefore I abstain. And I pressed 3 and valid, and was showing me end of vote immediately. But I pressed 3 in time. If you trust me, if you don't trust, this is my opinion.
We'll repeat the vote, and I don't think it's a big deal, because people who have an opinion will express the same opinion again. Yes, Liana?
I'd like to object to reopening this vote. The Bosnia vote is listed up here as no, so it did get entered.
No, it get entered that she did not vote.
But
And,
like anybody going through that process, if you didn't get it in the time frame, that's what would happen.
It's not. It was not in maybe in a time frame. It could be a problem with the machine.
Alexander?
Yeah.
Germany, Rolf people. So we press 3 and valid, and we are there and with no vote.
So the same as Obavka. So we'll repeat the vote for technical reasons. It doesn't mean that it will change the result or not, but we must be precise in what we get. Please open the vote again. And I will wait a little bit longer. if it doesn't work.
Yeah, that's always the problem with these systems. But it's much safer to repeat it.
Yeah.
Which is the proposal you're voting on.
Enough? Okay. Close the vote. And now it is rejected. And we had 61 vote, and now we have 64 votes. So the proposal is rejected. Next proposal, 291 was already covered. 292 from the committee. 290, sorry, I skipped. 290, Mika.
Dear delegates, as in other disciplines of figure skating, it is common that there is the same amount of competitors on ice during the performance. This is our proposal to the championships, that 16 is the size of a team as they normally have, up to 4 alternates allowed in a team. So if somebody is injured, you can put in an alternate and have a 16 skater team in a ISU World or Junior World Championships. If this is not the case, we feel that this team is not allowed to compete.
Mika, I am not such a big specialist, but we just now rejected 289.
Which concerns the international competitions.
Only.
Only.
And what happens with the championships?
This is a new proposal in the championships.
So 289 is proposal for competitions, and 290 is a proposal for championships, correct?
Exactly.
That makes sense.
Any discussions, please?
Chair?
Thomas Henny, Swiss Ice Skate. Maybe it is only drafting, but because we rejected the previous rule, there you have also the championships mentioned. So if you want to add the new rule to the championships, we may redraft the old one to remove championships in the rule. Correct?
Correct. Eh?
Okay, just that everyone knows what you're doing.
Correct.
Thank you. Miki Hirai, Japan. Once again, for the same reason as the previous proposal, Japan respectfully opposes this again, because we should have consistent rules and we shouldn't be punished because we send in our team and 2 of them gets injured and we have to be forced to withdraw. Thank you.
Any other? Okay.
Alexander.
Oh, yes.
John Coughlin, Athletes Commission. I want to support my colleague on the Athletes Commission, the Synchronized athlete. To me, it's a requirement to have the same number of competitors so that you're competing against an even strength field. If my partner wasn't able to skate, I think the lifts would probably be a little easier for me, but I don't think that I should be allowed to compete because it wouldn't be fair. So I'd consider keeping it at a consistent number, especially at a championship level. Thank you.
Okay, please.
Hi, it's Kathy Dalton from the ISU Synchronized Technical Committee. If we would like to get into the Olympic Winter Games, we also have to have consistency with the size of our teams. Also, a team that competes with a lesser number, the elements become a little bit easier to keep a line straight. Also, I agree with John as well, to have the same number of skaters on the ice. If a dance team or a pair team has an injury, they have to withdraw.
Okay. So the difference, once again, to the proposal that was voted before is that one relates to competitions and one relates to championships. Correct? And I'll put this proposal on electronic vote right away because they are very close together. Yes, can you open the vote? Enough? No? Okay. Okay, the vote is closed. And open, please, the results. Rejected. Abstained 16. Yes 33. No 14. But in total, it's far from 2/3. The proposal is rejected. Proposal 291 was already accepted. Proposal 292. Mika.
This is purely drafting, as the rule 831 will be presented in the next proposal.
Okay, who is in favor? Against? Abstained? Accepted. 293 was accepted yesterday. Now 293 is a big one. Now 294 from the committee.
This is proposed for the consistency of the announcing of the team names. In the early days, we used the country names as the competitors' names, and now we've introduced the team names and to include that in the rule.
Okay, who is in favor? Against? Abstained? Accepted. Proposal 295 from the committee.
This proposal is here for the consistency with other disciplines, with the late start rule. If a team fails to start within 30 seconds, there will be a deduction of 1 point. And if a team fails to start the program within 60 seconds, they're considered withdrawn. This is consistency and harmonizing with the other disciplines.
Correct. Who is in favor? Against? Abstained? Accepted. Now we move to 296, and there must be some changes because of rejection.
Mr. Vice President, the Synchronized Skating Technical Committee wants to amend with deleting the first line of boxes as the proposal 289 was rejected. So competing with less than 16 skaters, etc., will be deleted from this proposal. Otherwise, this is the new one in this proposal is a maximum fall deduction for one element. We feel that if a skater falls here and there and there and there and there, 5 points would be too much, and that's why a suggested maximum fall deduction per element would be 3 points. Also, deleting repeated element shape in short program as it is no longer valid.
Any remarks? Who is in favor? Against? Abstained? Accepted. Proposal 297 from the committee. delete
to
something.
remove text which does not anymore apply to ISU championships, as Group A and Group B no longer exist in the rules. Rule is 970.
Any remarks? Who is in favor? Against? Abstained? Accepted. Proposal 298. It's just a rule number.
Yes, this is purely drafting.
Yes. Who is in favor? Against? Abstained? Accepted. Proposal 299 was accepted yesterday. Proposal 300 from the committee.
This is for the consistency of figure skating, to implement a world ranking system for senior and junior in synchronized skating, separate as in the other disciplines as well.
Any remarks? And it maybe should be done together with world rankings for in other disciplines, and will take some time because it's not so quick. But the proposal is here. Who is in favor? Against? Abstained? Accepted. Proposal 301.
Mr. Vice President.
Yeah?
Maurizio Margaglia, is Dance Technical Committee. We just approved the separation of the two rankings, and yesterday we didn't approve the separation of the two rankings in ice dance and singles.
Sorry, we did approve it in principle yesterday. We gave the task to the committees to develop this system. And that's why I say that this work should be done at the same time in parallel, because as a basic we accepted it yesterday and not rejected. We gave the task to the technical committees to prepare a separate ranking, but as we a little bit discussed yesterday, it's not so simple and cannot be done in a moment.
Mr. Vice President?
Yeah?
This is a little bit different in synchronized skating, as in dance, for instance, there are, how should I put it, two people competing, either in junior or senior. They can be competing in both. In this case, the teams are competing either in junior or senior. They are different units competing. That's why we need separate rankings in synchronized skating.
I didn't say that you don't need it.
Just wanted to approve
the
your
only
words.
thing I said that it's not so quick to make it, and must be done. All these things must be done in parallel. They might result in a different system. So that can be. So the rule is accepted as it's written. Correct, Mika?
Correct.
Correct. Proposal 301 from the committee.
If I can suggest, Mr. Vice President, that 301 and 302 would be discussed together as they are related to one another.
Okay.
The proposal is here basically for drafting, revising to include both ISU Synchronized Skating Championships, which means junior and senior, in one paragraph. And as ISU World Junior Synchronized Skating Challenge Cup no longer exists, it's good to be deleted in the rules as well.
So let's take the two proposals together, 301 and 302. If there are no remarks, I'll put it on vote. Who is in favor of both proposals? Against? Abstained? They are both accepted. Proposal 303 from the committee.
This is to Actually, this has been accepted already in the proposal 83, together with the other disciplines, or am I incorrect, sir?
There was something there. But let's vote on this in any case. Who is in favor? Against? Abstained? Accepted. Oh, proposal 20, urgent proposal 20 now. Rule 857. We've skipped it already. Let's come to it back. We've skipped urgent proposal 20 from the ISU Council, Rule 857, Para 1, about novelty formats at international competitions, which is in line with the other disciplines and according to requirements of the European Commission. So this is 857. 857 should be here. Urgent proposal 20. Who is in favor of urgent proposal 20? Who is against? Abstained? Accepted. Now we go to 304. It was accepted yesterday. And 305 is about advanced novice. And I said yesterday that it's a separate proposal because it was accepted yesterday in ice dance, but there's no such proposal for single and pairs. Now, for synchronized, please, Tarja.
Tarja Ristanen, Finland figure. Mr. Vice President, we would like to have this opportunity included for activities that is advanced novice events due to the low number of competitions in synchronized as in ice dance.
Okay. Who is in favor of this proposal? Against? Abstained? Proposal is accepted. Proposal 306 from the committee.
This is introduced because we in synchronized skating do not have so many international competitions, and this proposal would allow judges to gain more experience.
Any other remarks? Who is in favor? Against? Abstained? Accepted. Proposal 307 from the committee.
This is basically drafting. As mentioned earlier, the ISU World Junior Synchronized Skating Challenge Cup is no longer valid. It doesn't exist anymore.
Okay, clear. Who is in favor? Against? Abstained? Accepted. 308 was accepted yesterday. 309.
To be consistent with the other disciplines, the Synchronized Skating Technical Committee withdraws this proposal.
Okay. 310 we've accepted yesterday. 311 finally not from the committee but from US figure. Please.
David Wraith, US figure, withdraws this proposal for the next one.
Okay. 312 was accepted yesterday. 313 from the committee.
This is proposed by the committee to add Shanghai Trophy or other such competitions where the ISU appoints the referee and technical panel members and is conducted using ISU Championships procedures to be consistent and to add competitions into the same rule.
Thank you. Maybe next time we should do the same in other disciplines, where if we appoint the officials ISU, it's not a bad idea. Who is in favor? Who is against? Abstained? Accepted. 314. It's just wording.
This is also withdrawn by the committee. Sorry.
Withdrawn. Okay. 315 was accepted yesterday. 316.
Align with the 313. This concerns the first appointment to international judge, and we would like to add those non-ISU event activities where the judges for the first appointment as an international judge can gain activity.
Okay. Who is in favor? Against? Abstained? Accepted. 317.
Align with the 314 et al. This is withdrawn by the committee.
Mm-hmm. The next two proposals were accepted yesterday, 318 and 319. And now we have 320, which
Same
will
words
be
as the previous
withdrawn.
one, withdrawn.
Mm-hmm. 321, 322 we accepted yesterday. 323.
Again, withdrawn.
324. It's about webinars. So actually we discussed it yesterday. Correct, Mika?
Partly, yes.
Okay.
If we could amend the wording so that the beginning is redrawn, the requirement word is moved back to attendance, and then the rest as underlined would be added.
So in C, the word stays as attendance.
Yes.
And the rest is according to the text.
Correct.
Who is in favor? Against? Abstained? Accepted. 3 to 5 was accepted yesterday. 3 to 6.
Again, to gain more experience as a technical controller and to harmonize with other disciplines.
Who is in favor? Against? Abstained? Oh, there was one against? Yes. Mm-hmm. Accepted. 3 to 7
Proposal
should be withdrawn.
Withdrawn, yes.
3 to 8. Again, requirements should be changed back to attendance, correct?
Exactly.
And the rest I put on vote.
Yes.
Who is in favor? Against? Abstained? Accepted. 3 to 9.
I guess you know what I'm going to say. Withdrawn.
330. Part first is brought back attendance.
Correct.
And the rest should be put on vote because it's a webinar. Who is in favor? Against? Abstained? Accepted. Why do I have so many rules?
We just wanted to extend the time, you know.
331 and 332 were yesterday. We accepted them. 333
This is like
withdrawn.
III. That's our III, so I'm going to use it. 333. Withdrawn, please.
Yeah. 334, it's again webinar, and we bring back attendance.
Exactly.
And not requirements. Who is in favor? Who is against? Abstained? Accepted. 335 should be withdrawn.
Withdrawn, correct.
336 and 337 were discussed yesterday. 338, Finland. But now...
Excuse me, Mr. Vice President, I think urgent proposal 21.
Okay. Yes. Thank you. Urgent proposal 21 should be now. You are right.
This is purely to clarify reporting requirements for ISU organizing members of international competitions, which harmonizes and for the consistency with the other disciplines.
Okay. Who is in favor? Against? Abstained? Accepted. Now proposal 338 from Finland, which is similar to what we discussed in other disciplines. Yes, Tarja.
Tarja Ristonen, Finland figure. Mr. Vice President, we move to withdraw this proposal.
Okay. 339 from the committee.
The committee moves to withdraw the proposal.
Okay. But now I have a question. We've accepted the revised wording for single pairs and dice dance that was shown today on the screen. And is there something similar in Synchronized?
Now I'm quite sure what are you referring to, Mr. Vice President.
Once again,
You
we
mean the
started today's meeting with the text of the amendment of Norway proposal. The judges, one point was about electronic communication, that it must be switched off. And the other part was about team leaders. And my just question to you, you have nothing about the team leaders. Well, this is up to you. But electronic communication, I suppose, should be similar for all the disciplines.
We actually would like to introduce this into our rules, also if possible, as it is.
At least this part should be everywhere. It's absolutely the same. Team leaders, maybe we can discuss some other time. Because no? And it's different rule. It's not here. They withdraw the part about team leaders, that proposal of Norway that we had amended and showed on the screen, it was for which disciplines?
Singles and pairs and ice dance.
So I don't know.
We are happy to include this as it is, if accepted.
So it should be plus synchronized.
Yes, Rule 920.
Yes.
20, 920. Rule 920.
Plus synchronized, Rule 920. Okay. Rule 340 was accepted yesterday. 341(2), and the last rule in this part is 342 from the Synchra Committee.
Just to clarify and to give the technical controller primary responsibility for conducting the initial technical panel meeting. With the other disciplines, again, consistency.
Who is in favor? Against? Abstained? Accepted. Okay, thank you. Okay. Now, according to the agenda, we move to technical rules for all the disciplines, And we start with singles and pairs. The committees have made their proposals, and after the workshop, the committees have the right to make amendments to their proposals. So, Mr. Fabio Bianchetti, do you have any amendments to your technical rule proposals?
Yes.
Do you have presentation?
Yes.
Can we see it?
We have 4 amendments related to the proposals.
And don't
The
hurry.
first-
Yes, don't hurry. Because
Can I go?
But there's nothing on the screen.
No.
I would like to show,
Yes,
if you have the presentation.
Yes, yes. The first one is related to proposal 250.
Fabio, don't hurry.
I don't hurry.
No, because you're speaking and there's nothing on the screen. I would prefer.
Yeah.
Or that's better.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the first one is related to proposal 250, and it is a different wording. Okay, no. Maybe you'll show it later, so because there is also 250. This is 253, and proposal 253. I saw there 253, so. And is related to the tempo in which you have to report to the referee about music deficiency or problems related to the music. So at the beginning the proposal was 10 seconds, but after the discussion we wanted to extend this time to 20 seconds. So the proposal is amended to 20 seconds, giving more time.
The time when the skater can address with this problem is enlarged.
Yes.
Okay. That's the first amendment.
The first amendment. Second amendment is on proposal 255. It is mainly just a wording correction because it was crossed out the first sentence that was wrong with a new definition, and it was better wording the fact that the Euler is listed when it is in between 2 listed jumps. So just to make more clear the rule.
Oh, wait, do you have the text in general?
Yes.
No, not on the screen.
It's not printed, but
it should be printed because it's
Okay.
much easier to work with it. So the first, the meaning is not changed, it's just better wording, correct?
Yeah, correct.
Mm-hmm.
And the third one is related to proposal 261, and it is the repetition of the quotes. So after the discussion, the technical committee decided to go in between of what it was proposed and the existing rule, and we propose that you can repeat only one time, one quote jump.
So, Fabio, am I correct, just for better understanding, in the existing rules, you can repeat not more than 2 triple or quad jumps?
Yes.
The proposal keeps the number as 2, and one of these 2 can be a quad.
Correct.
So yesterday we discussed, not yesterday, when we discussed it, there were no repetitions. Now a skater who has only 1 quad can do it twice, and the skater who has 2 quads can do quads 3 times. He can repeat one of the 2.
Correct.
But the total number of repeated jumps is still only 2. It doesn't change. That's the third amendment.
And after we have the amendment on the just the text for proposal 250 that is related to the draw at the Grand Prix. And it is the meaning is absolutely the same, it's just a different wording related to the fact that it is we include in this wording the possibility, no, not the possibility, but we include in this kind of wording the final that was not so clear with the previous text. So it's just...
Because the rule is about Grand Prix events and final. And in the text there are two groups, and in the final there's only one group. So now it's a revised text, which is good for both Grand Prix events and Grand Prix final.
And that's all.
Now, according to our rules, members have the right to take out any of the proposals, and then we'll vote on these proposals separately if they still disagree with the text. If there are no objections, then the text is accepted as a package. Correct, Beatrice?
Yes, correct.
Mm-hmm. Anybody wants to speak? Nobody. Okay. Then we put all the package of technical rules with these 4 amendments on electronic vote. And we need 2 thirds. For the package. No, rejecting we need only 50%. If somebody wants to reject.
Is it only 50?
I don't remember. Yes. Don't show the results. Vote is open first. Was not even. Now the vote is open. Or you voted already because I was. No, the vote is open. This is 50. Simple reject. For a change.
Okay.
No, here are no technical rules.
No, that's for...
A rule in the technical. So maybe only half. I don't know. For a change, you could, but here you need 2 thirds.
Yes, that's clear.
Ready? Can you close the vote and show the result? "59 yes, 3 no, 2 abstained." Yes, we'll see the details. Can you show the details, please? This is yes, and this is continuation. Now please show no. And abstained. Thank you. Now, before going to other disciplines, we'll go to one rule, one proposal, 196 in special regulations, which we put on hold because it depended on the acceptance of the definition of the jump sequence. As now this definition is accepted, we have to anyhow change the rule, and the proposal 196 says how we evaluate jump sequences. Now there are only 2 jumps in the jump sequence. We take the value of the 2 jumps, add them together and multiply by 0.8 as it was before. Any remarks? Who is in favor? Against? Abstained? Accepted. Now we go to technical rules, ice dance. Some of the technical rules were already accepted together with singles and pairs because rule numbers that are 500 are the same for single pairs and dance. Now we've also accepted rules that are 600, and we move to rules that are 700 for ice dance. Halina, do you have any amendments to your proposals?
As the final decision, there is no amendments. There was one rule brought by New Zealand to make a more clear wording, but after discussion, I think that everything was well understood and there is no amendment to this rule, correct?
I can confirm that.
So again, yes. We'll put it on electronic vote. Open the vote, please. Enough? The vote is closed. $58 yes, no noes, and 5 abstained. And show the list, please. This is all yes, and now abstained. Thank you. Technical rules synchronized. That starts 900. No, 900, correct. 800 we've covered all. Even 900 we've covered everything. Actually, we could have done it. Yeah. All together. All together, yeah. And okay. No problem. No, we've accepted already all synchronized rules. There were, no, what is left?
Mr. Vice President, the
yes.
technical rules for synchronized skating start from 950.
Sorry. Here is page 120. Thank you, Mika. 120 starts this package. Do you want to make any amendments, Mika?
After discussing with our committee and with the delegates raising some questions concerning artistic element in proposal 365 and synchronized spin in proposal 374, we have no amendments.
Any remarks on this part? Then again, electronic vote for all proposals starting from 343 and finishing 414. 414. There's no 5. Open the vote, please. Enough? Close the vote, please, and show the results. 5704, and the details, please.
So we're even early, too early for coffee.
Yeah. And that's abstained. Yes? Yeah? What? Yes.
I'm a Crows in Lithuania. I want to say that next time we can't found our Lithuania figure skating.
You are not in the list?
Yes. It happens the second time. I am afraid about next. This is
Well,
okay.
okay. This time it's hardly important, and we will not repeat the vote.
No.
But
I inform you.
I understand. Thank you. Any other? Well, when I was asked when we finish, I said in 2 hours, maybe we'll manage by a coffee break. But actually, we are even too early for coffee break. The coffee break starts in 20 minutes. So there's, Liana wants to say something. Thank you.
Sorry. I didn't know when to ask this question, but is there an opportunity to get some clarification around the recent communication of scale of values? It seems like some members might have some question, and I'd love to hear more information about how the scales were devised with respect to this recent communication. I don't know if that could be handled under...
I suppose it can be done now. It's not a question of any decision.
Right.
It's clarification, so you can ask your questions.
So I understand in just looking at some of the scale of values, particularly as it relates to pairs and for singles as well. If you look at what the decisions of Congress were in 2016, the decision was that starting with the season 1890, there'd be no choreographic sequence in the senior and junior well-balanced programs, yet these remain as in the required elements. And also the way in which the scale of value is calculated for the choreo sequences do not follow the percentage rule that was brought forward for the other elements, as an example.
What you said is absolutely correct. First of all, the choreo sequence, and we voted it, stays. There was a vote on the subject. Choreo sequence stays, and one of the spins is removed. So in short program, every year, we will have solo spin, and in free skating, we'll have pair spin. Anyhow, skaters will have to prepare both spins. And about choreo sequence, as this element has no levels, the construction of the scale of value is based on percentages. It's 10% up or down from the base value for every step in GOE, but in choreo sequences, the percentage is also the same, but it's higher than 10. It's somewhere between 16 and 17, if you calculate, but the percentage is consistent. And it's done specially to encourage people to have good, interesting choreo sequences. I'm talking about choreo sequences, and not just a place to rest.
So what's puzzling then is that the point value for a +5 choreo sequence is almost equivalent to a small error on a difficult jump element, which doesn't feel balanced in terms of the direction of the sport.
I'm not sure. All elements are important for a well-balanced program. We don't need just a contest in difficult elements. That's why some base values were a little bit changed. And the choreo sequence, as it remains in the program, is considered one of the elements as vital as any other elements. And we are pushing this way the skaters to do some interesting things. So you can say that's your opinion, that's fine, that it's too much, but that was the opinion of the technical committee, which I personally support. Any other? Okay. So, first of all, maybe you want to say something or not? Yes.
Mr. Chair, sorry for, I don't want to extend the session, but I have a question. Did we go over item agenda 10?
What?
The reports of the technical committees? Did we do that? Because in the agenda we go on up to item 11, and item 10 is the report by the chair of the single...
Let's go and see. Agenda, item
10, the single, in the branches. The reports of the...
There were brief reports from all the committees in which they mentioned which members sent the proposals. That is a summary. They mentioned correspondence with the coaches, and they showed us the conclusions, C. So I think item 10 was covered and not skipped. Anything else? We are moving to coffee break, so... Yes, yes.
Alexander,
Yeah.
There's some urgent proposals we haven't.
Which ones?
15, 16.
15, 16...
17, 18,
are
19.
all
Under technical?
Technical rules,
Okay.
ice dance, if
Okay.
I remember correctly.
And
so they are
singles
included in the
in
package.
Okay, just that
of
everybody
technical,
knows
yes.
that these are accepted.
And these proposals that are technical, members cannot make urgent proposal on technical rules, but committees and the council can do it. So the Ice Dance Committee made some urgent proposals, and they were included in the whole package of technical rules. Well, this is correct. But I think we discussed it. Also, proposal, urgent proposal 15, you mean. Urgent proposal 15 was discussed. We can come back again. It relates to which rule? Can you tell me? 520. So this is a technical rule, and was included in the package of technical rules. And I repeat again that starting from the next worlds, correct, will have not 16 but 20 pairs in free skating only at the World Championship. There were some additional proposals to include the Europeans, but in our opinion this is too early. In Worlds, the last World show that we really have a big number of good pairs, and it was a pity that some of them could not skate in free skating. But in Europeans, at the moment, the situation is not like this. That's what one proposal. Another idea that was on the floor to increase the number in ice dance, but this leads, if there are 25 dance couples, then immediately we must have not 24, but 30 single skaters, and then the championship really becomes quite big. With the addition of only 4 pairs, for us it was an urgent proposal because ISU in the last years have done great efforts in developing pair skating. And as a result, we have a good number of good pairs at the Worlds. And this proposal for us was really urgent. It's a reaction to what happened at the Worlds, and I think Fabio was explaining it already. And so this was discussed and was part. Any other remarks? If you see something, please, because it's much better to correct than to leave something not leave something opened. Okay. Thank you very much. There's no planned activity for today. We continue tomorrow with a full Congress at 9 o'clock. And coffee maybe is waiting. Thank you.